Welcome everybody to our news. My name is Ngọc and my partner is Phương. Our topic today is about gender equality, in particular domestic violence.
So I once watched a movie in which there was a saying like this: children who are traumatized by domestic violence will never grow up. 10 years, 20 years, only time will pass, but those children will always carry the hurt. For us, if we have a nightmare when we sleep, the nightmare will disappear when we wake up. But for those who are the victim of domestic violence every day, it's a nightmare. We don't just talk about violence, we talk about equality. More specifically is gender equality, whether words or action are lethal or is violent. But why should anyone have to endure such violence? It's always at both hurt the soul and the body. Even if the person, victim, not say with us, but it's very painful. Equality is not in the thing of life, it's in our mind. So we are here to share with you about equality through domestic violence.
Domestic violence refers to the violence and abuse which happen in a domestic setting. It ranges from being physical to emotional and sexual to economic. Often women and children are the target of domestic violence. The male-dominated society play an important role in this problem. Moreover, we have just conducted a survey about this problem, which foreign tourists.
Hello everyone, I'm standing here in the hottest place in Hanoi every weekend, the Hoan Kiem Lake pedestrian streets. These days, the numbers of victims of domestic violence in Vietnam have been increasing incredibly. So now I'm gonna ask some people about their opinion about domestic violence and how the country deal with this problem. Let's go! Oh, okay. Hello. Can you introduce yourself and where you from?
Okay, I'm Aurea, and I'm from France, from Paris.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Such a beautiful country.
thank you very much.
Michał Kuflewicz, came from Poland, and I just visiting my family in Vietnam, like a tourist, and spend some nice time with my family.
Okay. Our first questions is: do you think domestic violence are related to gender inequality?
Yes, it seems to me like it's the main reason of the domestic violence in families. Like I was born in Poland, and as far as I know, is a big trouble in Poland, and gender is one of the reasons. Like especially in the small provinces and small cities, when there is not so much job offers for the woman, there is a lot of domestic violence because of that. That the women cannot be more independent, and they just hang and are dependent of the husbands and the partners, what sometimes make domestic violence. Yes.
Domestic violence, so obviously I think it's not good. And yeah, I think it can lead to inequality because it's usually men that provide violence. So yeah, I agree with your question. It's yeah, okay,
Yes,
yeah.
related to gender inequality.
Totally.
Yes. Our questions is: do your countries has the same problem?
Yeah, it's actually a big problem in France also. And there is like political movements of women that are making strikes, and protests in Paris to make people aware about the problem that it is. So I think it's a worldwide problem. And it's this. I don't know. Is it the same in Vietnam also?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
unfortunately. Okay.
Yes. So how your country deal with the problem?
Mm, um, think like in Poland we have a good social caring system. Like if somebody really needs help, every time there is some line when they can call and receive some help. Like we calling them is a blue line. That is a system when notic about the violence, domestic violence in some families, and when the situation just happen several times, then the system can easily send the police unit to that family. So it's mean like police just try to resolve that case, but I think it's difficult sometimes change the way of thinking of the aggressive husbands. So in the hard cases, it looks like that husband can be arrested for a couple of days, and when the situation happens one more time, the mother of the kids, for example, can ask about special help. What this means that police can take her to the special center where they can feel safe and be far away of the aggressive husbands.
So yeah, and there is a big movement in France about this. There is like protests every Saturdays, and you can and you have like something really interesting in France. Is that I don't know if you have this in Vietnam, but in Paris there is like a movement of really political women that are like with stick like a glue. They're sticking like posters with written in black and in all the Paris streets, talking about like how many women died of violence.
That's really awesome.
And it is really interesting. If you want, I can send you the photo and of this. This is like a super interesting, really inspiring. Yeah. Mhm.
And move on to the last questions. Do you think there are any solutions for this problem?
Good question, actually. I think in France, our aim is to make laws about it. Like the best thing to provide things like that is to make laws and to make people go to jail because of this and etc. But actually, what could be my idea? Educate men. Yeah, at some point, and make laws, because I think actually people don't understand if they don't have like a punishment if they do it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like if they just do it and it's not punished by law, it will not work. It's a shame, because people should have the intelligence to understand that society has to move. But I think first make laws.
Yes.
I think government, it can't change nothing about this case. We just should to talk about it more and maybe make some public spot about that. Like in Poland, we have few non-profit foundation that try to help the families with the violence and the domestic violence. And I should people who are victim of the domestic violence just should to talk loud about, maybe enjoy the interview as we talk about now, and should say about it. And we shouldn't be when we see some violence, domestic violence, we should react. We should do some action. That's what I think.
Okay. And lastly, do you want to say something to the viewers?
Yeah, I would like to say that we should talk about it loud, and we try to be better for the people, and just try to be help, and just try to be help.
Actually, I don't really have an idea, but same strike in France and in Vietnam. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Domestic violence is a serious social problem that affects millions of women and children worldwide. It is important to understand the causes of domestic violence in order to develop effective solutions. By raising awareness about these issues and supporting victims of domestic violence, we can make a difference in the life of people everywhere. Thank you for watching our news. Bye.